day, ladies and gentlemen. Today's video is an update to an earlier video. I'm not saying nothing, I'm just saying. What am I saying, you ask? Well, haven't we talked about Yah's monster army in many videos now? How they will come up from the ground, some from the extremities of the north, some from Jordan, the water mass, not the country, on the day Yah commands them to? Well, I'm not saying nothing, but check this out. According to Tech Insider, giant holes are bursting open in Siberia, and you can hear the explosions from 60 miles away. June 11, 2016. Quote, giant holes are popping up all over the frigid tundra of northern Russia, and no one is quite certain where they came from. However, the Siberian Times reports that witnesses are now describing explosive events that may be connected to the appearance of these mysterious craters. Reindeer herders spotted one of the first huge holes in 2013 in the region's Taimyr Peninsula. It was about 13 feet wide, nearly 330 feet deep. The herders never saw what made the holes, which has since grown to a whopping 230 feet wide and filled with water. But villagers who live dozens of miles away are finally coming forward to say they heard and saw something strange shortly before the crater was found, according to the Russian news outlet. Respected scientist Dr. Vladimir Epifanov, the sole leading expert to visit the site, said, personal quote, there is verbal information that residents of nearby villages at a distance of 70 to 100 kilometers, which is 43 to 62 miles, heard a sound like an explosion, and one of them watched a clear glow in the sky. Since the crater appeared in winter 2013, more have shown up, including a 100-foot wide crater on the Siberian Yamal Peninsula. Example. This article goes on trying to make sense of why the craters are appearing. They start off by saying it could be the result of methane gas explosions. And of course, their attentions shift to global warming, yada yada yada. People, are you looking at the images on the screen? Well, when they are not fuzzing in and out, that is. No way are those perfectly round holes the result of an uncontrolled explosion. How do I know? Because there isn't any fill-in debris scattered everywhere. Take another look at the images. Do you notice something in all of them? I live in Atlanta, which has many hills. This means our highways are sometimes cut through the middle of a giant rock mountain. When you are in between the cutout mountain, you see the exact same circular grooves cut into the rock. No way did global warming do that. Did you notice I said controlled explosion earlier? I said it because, again, notice the placement of the sediment of the perfectly formed holes. Just like the engineers cut grooves into the mountain and use explosives on the top of the earth digging down, the same exact rules should apply in digging upward from the middle of the earth. The sediment is as though someone used a huge screwdriver and just as it pierced the surface, pulled the screwdriver out and the fill-in sediment fell back into the hole, thus covering their tracks until the appointed time. But wait! To bolster my theory, am I the only person to notice what the entire article didn't say that would have squashed the entire matter? What smoking gun omission could I possibly be talking about, you ask? Well, looking at the thickness of the rock of the holes, and if they heard an explosion and saw a clear glow, shouldn't they have felt some sort of aftershock? Or at least the Russian seismic detectors would have picked up a jolt of that magnitude? Yet, Nothing is said about it. Different technology perhaps. Interesting, yes? No? It was just a thought. I didn't mean nothing by it. But I do think the day of Yah is nigh. But like I said earlier, I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying. Thank you for looking at this video, and look for the next.